Zeritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I did something stupid. How's that for an opening? No, I did. At 51 years of age, there are some things I should not be doing, like hanging off the side of a 4-person pedal car. What does that even mean? Well, let me show you this quick video, and I think you'll get an idea.
Your seat is slippery.
No, I just slipped out. There's a lot of people in front of us.
It's a break. I have to put it third gear. Honey, when you backseat driver. Guys, can we go back and get our own bike?
Okay, yeah. So that was the hijinks that was going on with our friends Scott and Debbie, my wife Danielle, and we were having a great time, and there was one point where I just decided to crawl on the outside of it, a la Indiana Jones. And I'm not Indiana Jones, I'm not James Bond. And basically, when I was hanging off the side of this like an idiot, we weren't even going that fast, I grabbed with this arm and grabbed onto the side and hung off like this, which was really stupid because this is a bad shoulder. I injured it many, many years ago, had a bad lifting exercise, and then many years later after that, hurt it again. That's what happens when you do things like, certain things wrong. But injuries happen. I mean, when you're working out or doing any kind of sport, I get it, injuries happen. But this was just pure stupidity. So what I wanted to do is talk to you about the fact that I've injured myself again. In fact, it was terrible because, the minute it happened, I knew something bad had happened around here and under here. And I could feel it, this like kind of bad rubbing, and I'm like, oh, what did I do? So it wasn't until 2 days later I decided to give it a break, not do P90X3 like I normally do, and give it a break. And I've been into running. You probably saw some of the Instagram videos. I've been into running, so I did a little bit more running. We're having great time running every morning. And then I went back to P90X3, and I literally went down to do a push-up, and I heard something that sounded like if you took a bunch of chicken bones and just like cracked them. And I'm like, I have an impingement. And an impingement, if you don't know, is something that should not be trifled with. So I am taking a break. Now, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about injuries, because when you get injured, and it happens, it's going to happen, there are different choices you can make. You could say, well, I've been injured, I can't work out. I've been injured, and so I'm going to go back to my old bad habits. I've been injured, and whatever choice you make, I'm going to push through it, which is, again, not that smart. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm excited, and I know that sounds crazy. I have an injury, I'm excited. I can't do my usual P90X3 for probably some time. I've got to do like these kind of like funny cat-like things now, and like I need to recoup. So what I'm doing is I'm changing, I'm evolving, I'm doing something different. So number one, I'm going to be doing some sort of cardiovascular and running almost every single day. So the nice thing about P90X3 is I can, and it sounds like I'm shilling for them, but they don't know me, I don't know them. But what I love about it is there are certain videos that you can actually gravitate to that have more movement exercises where I'm not putting pressure on my shoulder. I'm using movement and exhausting myself. So I need to whittle down certain parts of my body because, we all have our problem spots. So I'm going to work on those areas. And there's parts of those P90X3s that I need to change. I need to tweak and personalize because they still use shoulder exercises. So I'm going to do something different there. I'm going to make it my own, which is really kind of exciting to me that I'm going to take this, well-established thing that I've been doing and change it to really look after, but also to keep performing. The number two thing that I'm really excited about is I'm going to have to change my diet. With P90X3, a lot of upper body, and I take protein, 42 grams of protein right after it. I'm going to change that. I'm going to actually go back to my intermittent fasting days for a while. What's intermittent fasting? It's when you eat during a certain portion of the day and you don't eat during another portion. So I'm going to be eating within a 7-hour period, and it's probably going to be 11 to 6 p.m. or it's going to be 12 noon lunch to 7. So the reason I'm doing that is I won't eat in the morning. I'll be jogging and then I won't eat. And then I will have really good lunch. I'm not going to go crazy, and really good dinner, try not to snack too much, etc. But I'm excited because this is a different type of thing that I've been doing. I haven't been doing this type of stuff for many years. I think over the winter I'm going to be able to whittle a little bit of my waist down. Whittle waist, you wascally wabbit. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's a choice. My point is, Bond gets injured. Look at Pierce Brosnan's Bond and The World Is Not Enough. And look at Daniel Craig, obviously, in Skyfall. And they come back, they come back from it all. And it's a part of the perseverance and choice we need to make with hashtag Bond25 Fitness Challenge, is that you can and will get injured. It is a fact of life. You're doing something physical with your body. You're pushing it to lengths and means that it may not be used to. And sometimes you're going to do something stupid, mea culpa. I did something very stupid. So you make a choice of whether it sets you back or it pushes you forward. Me, I'm going to choose to push it forward. I put together a whole new eating regimen. I put together a new workout. I'm going into it enthusiastically. I started it a couple days ago. I love it already. It's something different, wildly exhausting. I come back from running. I used to look at people running. I'm going, wow, that looks like it hurts. And look at that, they look miserable. I love running now. I run for 45 minutes in the morning, and I come back and I'm a sweaty mess, and my body feels wonderfully taxed, healthily taxed, healthily. That's not a word. But that's what I'm going to be doing now. Am I going to lose some mass? Possibly. I am going to be speaking to some of my fitness gurus, some of the ones that you've seen on Instagram, to talk about some other exercises I might think about doing while my shoulder is recouping. It's going to take a little time for my shoulder to recoup, but I want it to recoup because I want to get back to some of that other aspect. But maybe in doing this, I will actually adopt some of these new things. So now I'll have a third iteration of all these wonderful fitness aspects. But I think a part of this is, my point, is mindset, right? You want to go into this, you don't want to think of it as a setback and, there are so many, we talked about this, there's so many excuses that you can have with the hashtag Bond25 Fitness Challenge. It's up to you to turn that excuse just around a little bit and say, I'm going to turn this excuse, this situation, into an opportunity. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I hope that's how you think about it too. But just a quick one here. And what are you doing for your fitness? Some of you are going into the winter, some of you in Australia, not so much. But what are you doing to really get into the best shape of your life leading up, I was going to say to Bond 25, to No Time to Die? Let me know in the comments section. I want to hear, what do you do? We've got an incredible Bond community out there that, hardly any of us are in, the ultimate Bond shape. And that's kind of cool because we're all on this similar journey together. So what are you doing? I'm trying to repair this, ouch, but we'll get there together. I have no doubt of that. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we will see you real soon. Take care.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.